In this life is nothing more than a journey of time full of events that can impact, fashion, and mold each of us. That's the testaments of life that we all share, which stitches the fabric of the books of individual lives, and this is their story. In their own words, it's raw, uncut, unfiltered, and in their own truth. This is My Story by Ordinary People. Hello, and thank you for tuning in to another segment of My Story by Ordinary People with me, Azana Fuqua. On tonight's segment, we're going to have a one-on-one conversation with a young woman who has survived being a yes girl. Please welcome Sharina.
My name is Sharina. I'm from Tennessee, and I am a survivor of not being a yes girl. This is my story.
What you mean, not being a yes girl? What's the definition of that?
Being a yes girl is just like any man or woman dealing with peer pressure. When you always feel like you have to tell someone yes, it's okay to say no. And a lot of people don't understand that it's going to be hard for a lot of people to say no, but if they get to the point where they can make themselves stronger spiritually and in the mind, they'll be able to tell people no. And what I mean by that is peer pressure. Going back to that, you have so many people put peer pressure on them, and you can kind of throw bullying in there too, because it's like certain people don't realize it and don't understand it, and some do in their behavior and how they're acting with people. And certain folks who don't know how to say no, this particular person will come into the picture and be like, I need you to do this, I need you to do that, I need you to do this. And instead of that person saying no or I'm not able to, it's always yes, yes, okay, I'll do it. No, you gotta learn to say no. So that's why I said not being that yes girl. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody can be that yes person. All of us can be that yes person. Always saying yes. You gotta learn to say no. Don't allow people to bully you into doing things you don't want to do, whether it's work, family, friends, social. And that's the thing, people don't realize that it comes in so many forms, and it really don't matter the person. And I don't think a lot of people even realize that they're being bullied and they're being pushed in to do something to try to make someone feel good about it, themselves, pleasing them, a people pleaser. You can't please everybody. You gotta let some folks go. And again, learn to say no. It's okay to say no. It's okay to say no. So, those who are dealing with these situations, they need to sit down. They need to write down who these people are they can't say no to, and try to distance themselves from that person. And instead of always saying yes and okay, learn to say no. If it hurts their feelings, they'll get over it. Because people hurt our feelings all the time, and we have to get over it. So they're going to have to do the same thing too. Get over themselves, and you as a person not be stressed out because somebody mad because you don't want to take them to the store. You ain't got no money for them. Your job mad because they want you to do overtime and you got other things to do. Trying to peer pressure you to do stuff and make you feel bad. No, it's okay to say no. So yeah, I had to overcome being that yes girl.
So to overcome it, that means that you were once upon a time that yes girl.
Yeah, I mean, shoot, who was it? When you always like, okay, yeah, I got you. Just always being that yes girl, like okay, instead of saying no. And you know, people don't realize folks will become dependent of that, and they'll take advantage of that. Not all, but some. They'll take advantage of that, and they'll run with it. And once they see that they got that advantage over you, and that you go be that yes person, whether you male or female, they gonna see how far you go with it. What can they get out of you? Oh, she'll take me to the store. Oh, he'll take me to the store. Oh, he'll let me borrow $50. I ain't worried about it. You know what I'm saying? Just because they know. So you gotta learn to tell people no. But yeah, I used to be that, but I overcame it. It took some years. It's probably been, it's been over 20 years, I say that much. But 20 years ago, I used to be that yes girl. Didn't know how to tell people no. But I had to care about myself, my feelings, my rest, my pockets. You know what I'm saying? You have to think about all that. And you come first. You come first. You can't be worried about what's going on in the world. You can pray about it. You can have your concerns about it. But you cannot be worried. And it's in the Bible somewhere where God said, don't be worried about the problems of the world. You got to think in that mindset. Do not. If you worry about what's going on in this world, life is stressful enough. So why worry about what's going on in this world? Let that go. Don't stress about it. And yeah, again, learn to say no. Ain't nothing wrong with saying no. And if they get mad because you say no, then that's not somebody who's supportive of you, and that's not somebody who cares. That's showing you then and there that they're thinking of themselves and not of you. You're not important. They are. And all they want is whatever they can get from you and benefit from you until there's nothing more for you to give. Because if you fall down and you need some help, a lot of them folks you always say yes to, they're not going to help you. They're not going to be the yes person. They're going to be the no person. So you got to know who you can say yes and no to. I ain't saying not help people, but know who you can and who you can't say yes and no to. Because some people are around with it, and they'll take advantage of someone who is only trying to help them, only trying to be supportive, and throw it all in the trash just because it's only beneficial when they need it. Like they say, miss it till it's gone.
What made you have the inability to say no when you were a yes girl?
Just always helping people. Whether it was money or ride, whatever it was. If I could, back that time, if I could get some of these folks who I knew who I was trying to help to pay me back the money that I did give them, I would have a bank right now, But like I said, you can't help everybody. And I forgive these folks, but I can't mess with you anymore because you was only someone who was there to benefit off of me. You was never there to actually be a true friend, something a lot of people don't have. People don't realize and understand when they have true friendship, and they'll throw it all away and then realize later on down the line, wow, that was somebody who was actually really cool, really down, and what did I do? I used and took advantage of them. That's what they're going to think about after the fact once you push them away. You got to learn to push folks away. I don't care who it is. It could be a family, a friend member, any of them. You got to learn when to say no. Because the thing is if you always saying yes, they go around with that. And the moment you say no, they get mad. It ain't no no. No.
Where were you hope to gain or benefit from even saying yes all the time?
You know what? That's the thing. There's nothing to gain. It's just a person who is a good person and who is supportive and just, trying to be someone. I'm going to give you a good example. You know how you have some folks where somebody might have just really just did some really dirty stuff to them, a family, a friend member, whatever, but they still end up being like, I know there's some good in this person. I know there's some good in this person. I'm not going to give up on them. And then everybody like, why are you still with him? Or why are you still with her? Or why, you have people that are like that, They try to, you know what I'm saying, see the good in people, not look at the bad or what they hear or what they see. They be like, okay, look, you know, maybe they going through things. You know what I'm saying? You have some people that are like that. They try to be understanding. They try to be a support system. And a lot of people, they're not used to that. So they eventually push that away. And then once they realize what they had, once the mindset kicks in, then they're like, well, dang. But a lot of folks, they just don't know. They don't know. And some of them do, some of them don't. A lot of these folks that's being some butt munchers and stuff, they don't realize that they being that. You know, they so used to a person saying yes to them, they just continue to do what they can. Just like, okay, give an example. If you got a female who's staying with a guy or a guy that's staying with a female, and either or vice versa, one of those parties is taking care of the household and the other's not. Notice I said either or, however you want to put it. And now this person is getting comfortable with doing what they do because you take care of everything. You see what I'm saying? You got to learn to say no. Put down some boundaries. You got to learn to put them boundaries down so people don't take advantage of you. Because you got stuff like that going on too. Female working, dude ain't paying no bills, he just there. Or dude paying all the bills and she just there. But then again, you got people that want to do that. So if that's their choice, then that's their choice. But a lot of people get caught up in it, and instead of them being like, look, I really don't like how this is going, I really don't want this going this way, they continue to let it happen. So again, there's that bullying, peer pressure, and not knowing how to say no. Stop being that yes girl and that yes man.
So that experience has fashioned and molded you to be what type of person now, since that you've learned how to say no?
It made me stronger. It did, you know. And you know, you might lose people along the way because you say no, but it is what it is. But now it made me a better person because I had to realize I can't help everybody. I'm not God. You know what I'm saying? I can't turn water into wine. I can't make no fish pop up and stuff. You know, I ain't got no money in my pockets, you know, to be doing everything like that. I got other stuff to look out for it. You know what I'm saying? So I had to get to the point I was like, you know what? Some of these folks, I need to realize who I need to let go of, get out of my space, and those who are actually supportive and here for me instead of those who always are not. No one has time for all that stress and that drama. So yeah, it makes me feel good to be able to know that I can tell a person, hell no, and mean it.
Sometimes you do have to look out for self now.
Yes, you have to look after self because self comes first. Who gonna take care of you? That's what I'm saying. You doing all this for these people, then when it comes down to you, where they at? Where they at? Yeah. You got to love self first. Self comes first, not others.
So you survived that. That was something that you had to survive in life.
Yeah, you know, I really did. Because, I mean, you do have a lot of people. I've dealt with certain people in my life, friends, family, foe, who actually, yeah, they took advantage of the situation and the fact because they knew what it was. So, yeah. One got to preserve their peace and their mind. If your peace and your mind and your spirit is all intact, you'll learn how to not allow certain things to bother you. It'll go right over your head. But it ain't easy. It ain't easy. It ain't easy for nobody. But it takes time. It takes time. It takes time. But make a list of the people who you can't say no to, the people who you feel like might bully you, or those who you feel like try to peer pressure you, whether it's your job, your friend, your family member, your man, your woman, whatever. And write down the things that they do that you have a problem with saying no to. And every time you say, that you have a problem saying no to, and you always say yes. Every time you say no, make sure you mark right there by that person. Keep up with it so you seeing your progress. You ain't got to do it for forever, but just learn how to start telling yourself no. If you need to make little sticky notes to put up in your bathroom or wherever it is to remind yourself, love me, it's okay to say no. There's nothing wrong with saying no. And again, find out those people who really don't need to be in your circle or in your life, because what will you benefit from them? Like right now, these people that you do things for that you're always saying yes to instead of no, and it's bothering you and you know it's bothering you, try to say a no to them folks. Let it go, and if they start having a problem, then you'll start seeing the true side to them. But yeah, hopefully that helps somebody. I hope it did. And like I said, you got men and women going through it, and there's still people going through it right now. And especially, with the bullying, that's a bad situation. No one should have to feel so bad to take their life, and people need to be able to recognize that a lot of people, they're not acting out. They actually need help, but they gotta want to get help. But yeah, I really hope that'll get to an end to the bullying and what you want, because it all stems in with the yes and the no, But yeah, I survived being a yes girl, and I want everybody else to be able to survive not being a yes girl or a yes man. But yes, I survived being a yes girl, and that is my story.
How many of you have been there and done that? So relatable, right? I'm sure there is something or someone in your life that you refuse to say no to. But when are you going to say yes to you? Sometimes self-love is the most important love. This has been another segment of My Story by Ordinary People with me, your host, Azana Fuqua. And that was a one-on-one conversation with a survivalist of being a yes girl, Sharina's story. Thank you so much for tuning in. Until next time, please be well, my friends.